Howdy, everybody. Welcome back. We're in between matches again, giving some of these robots a chance to repair. As we get later into the matches mean a little bit more. We're getting closer to the finals.
Of course.
And at the same time, all of the robots are getting tired, but it's a great opportunity to get to know some of the members in our field. So welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Can you just take a second, introduce yourself,
Sure.
what robot you brought today?
Yeah. Thanks, Preston. So I'm Logan Davis. I am the builder, owner, driver of the BattleBot SubZero. So today I've brought SubZero to kind of show off, but I've also brought my little friend here, which is Time of Death, and he's a 150-gram hammerbot, four-wheel drive hammerbot. And I'm working my way up through the losers bracket right now, but looking to go home with a prize today.
Well, that's awesome. And we really appreciate you coming out and bringing SubZero.
Oh, it's been great.
For the people that are joining us over stream, you might not know, we might be able to finesse Alan into taking the 150-gram camera and taking a walk over to the BattleBots while we're chatting. Because I think that one's wireless, and we could go on an adventure together. But for those of you who are joining us either live in chat right now or watching these VODs later, we are super blessed to have a couple, BattleBots teams that have brought their big 250-pound, right?
Yeah, of course.
Robots here to the MSC. We're going to switch over to that live camera. If you get motion sick, it is a little bit, we're walking through. But they've brought these bots for the community to get to see. So we've got some of the BattleBots right here. So could you tell us, we've seen your little guy, could you tell us a little bit about the big guys?
Yeah, absolutely. So this is SubZero, 250 pounds. It is a pneumatic flipper. So
wow.
We run about 1,800 PSI through 3-inch pistons, dual 3-inch pistons, and we can throw another 250-pound robot easily 8 feet in the air.
That's awesome.
So it might not be
Super
the
cool.
most destructive, spinner, but when you send something 250 pounds 8 feet in the air, when it comes back down, things tend to rattle loose.
That's a lot of momentum.
That's right.
That's for sure. It's just such a cool addition to a smaller weight class combat robotics event to kind of get to see that juxtaposition. We've got some young guests here with us today. We're actually going to be interviewing one of them next.
Awesome.
And it's neat for them to get to see 150-gram, 1 pound, 3 pound, and then to get to see those bots live that a lot of us have watched on the Discovery Channel, getting to see those robots battle and kind of seeing a whole journey. So I'm intrigued by the fact that you still compete in both. So do you want to talk a little bit about kind of why you compete in both, what you find rewarding about staying in both weight classes?
Oh, sure. So, the bigger it gets, the more money you throw into something like this, the more stressful it gets.
Yeah.
But when you come to an event and you've got a cute little, 1 pound, 3 pound, 150 gram, it's just pure joy. It's just pure fun. You don't take it so seriously. And you still get a lot of really good stick time that really does translate into the bigger robots.
Wow.
A lot of people seem to think that, a bigger robot would be harder to drive, but these little robots are so fast that sometimes the big ones actually feel kind of sluggish.
Yeah, that's interesting. My robotics background, I design, build, and compete in RoboMasters robotics,
Oh, awesome.
and also did some drone work before that and such, and there's definitely some analogous parts there.
Oh, right.
Right, when people get into aviation, especially RC planes and drones, a lot of times they think they want like the fast, nimble ones, right? You're like, oh, what's
Sure.
the top speed? But the best planes are the ones with the slowest top speeds. It's
Right.
just a lot easier to handle. And so for BattleBots, it's neat that you're saying that you found kind of an analogous but almost opposite to be true, where those big bots are slow.
Right.
And so training on these little quick ones where
They
staying head-to-head looks so difficult.
They force you to be quick.
Yeah, just incredible control. Awesome. So you compete with this 150 gram.
That's right.
What other weight classes have you competed in, let's say in the last year or two? I don't want to make you go through all the way through your career.
Year or two, pandemic, man.
Oh, that's true.
I've been staying indoors.
Yeah.
Been wearing my masks. Been staying safe. But over a 20-plus year run of fighting robots, I've I've hit just about every weight class except for maybe like 12, 15-pound
Okay,
robots.
so you've done like the 30 pounds and
Man, I've done 150 gram, 1 pound, 3 pound. I've done 30 pound, 60, 120,
wow.
220, 250, 320, 340 pounds.
And then something that we as like a commentating staff and an AV production staff, since we get to talk all day about the matches, something we like to look at a lot is what's viable, right? Have you found viable weapon types or robot types in some weight classes that just aren't feasible in others? And maybe could you expound on maybe ones we didn't get to see today?
Oh, sure. Yeah, so some things scale perfectly through the weight classes. Other things like this little hammer bot, it trades off in unique ways. So this could not handle the kinds of hard-hitting attacks from like a 3-pound class. So if it's scaled up, it would just get torn apart. But the hammer doesn't do any damage to the other little 150-gram robots. Whereas if you scaled this up, you can have an electric hammer like Shatter in the 250-gram class that will get through some serious armor with, a 16 horsepower electric hammer. So it's weird how they scale up. Spinners tend to scale very linearly through the weight classes, but things like flippers, hammers, really not so much.
I've been excited today as we've got to see some of these 150-gram matches to see spinners and hammers.
Yeah.
I've been to a couple combat robotics events where all of the 150s are flippers, right, or wedges.
Sure.
And so it's neat to see the innovation happening there, where that's where a lot of people start. Because like you said, it's a little bit cheaper, so there's a little bit less of an investment into it. It's okay to just come and have a fun time.
Yeah.
You're not quite as hung up or sweaty on the controls.
Sure.
But it's great. I love to see it. I always last time we went to an event, I started talking to one of my buddies about using even like a Dremel cutting blade.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that's the perfect size
That'll
for
work.
150
Yeah.
gram. And so
it's great.
it's super cool to see those. I definitely can see what you're saying. Their spinners are super popular amongst most of the weight classes.
Yep.
It's great to see some variety, though,
Verts
in the top and bottom.
are the meta. They do great in arenas with pits like we've got in the 150-gram today.
And then just an opinion question. You've got enough history that I would just love to hear, to pick your brain for a minute. Where would you like to see combat robotics go? Are you interested in more complicated arenas? Are you interested in like subclasses? Do you think it needs more freedom in the arena? What would you like to see?
I do think things need to change.
Okay.
I'd like to see more of maybe a governing body that actually maybe nerfs certain things to just keep things changing. We've seen vertical spinners are dominant. They're just dominant. And if you want to have variety, you need to find some way to trade that off.
That's great. So we just need a governing body to put in some tweaks to foster that innovation.
Yeah, maybe if you don't have a spinning weapon, you get a weight bonus.
Right.
Or maybe if you do have a spinning vertical robot, you can't have hinged wedges. If you just kind of change that up, or you could change the floor. You could put little tiny speed bumps, little like quarter-inch speed bumps across the floor, and then the ground game changes.
Yeah, that would for sure.
Yeah,
that would change a lot.
But yeah, I think just counting on unbridled destruction is going to lead us all to having the same robot.
Yeah. That's a great point. Thank you so much for that insight. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. And thanks for putting this on. Thanks for having us out here. This is a great venue, and the event's been awesome.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for bringing your bot.
Oh, for sure.
It's been really cool for all of us to get to see, and I think it helped encourage. I've felt a lot of the love of the combat robotics community around this event.
It's a great
We have
community.
Groups from all over the United States that are here, which is just phenomenal.
Sure.
This event was put on relatively quickly. I think it only got announced a couple months ago, and I'm just super happy with the response that we've gotten, and it seems like this will be a thing that hopefully is mutually enjoyed, and that'll breed repetition.
Yeah,
so
yeah, and maybe we start pulling people from overseas as well.
That'd be great.
Even some of these like 3-pound competitions are, pulling competitors from Europe, from Asia.
I saw some Brazil teams at
yeah.
NHRL recently.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, these 3 pounds are getting pretty crazy.
Yes, they are.
Speaking of 3 pounds, are we going? Oh, that's just testing. There's 2 robots. I'm so confused. Sorry about that, chat. There were robots spinning up weapons in the arena, and I got very confused, but I do believe that was just a safety check.
I was hoping it was another break the bank. I love that.
I think we're coming back. Do you?
I do.
I was interested in your thoughts.
Yeah, I want to build a robot specifically to break the bank.
Awesome. That actually, yeah, it's got some tie over. It's an idea I had from other sports that I participate in that have similar.
Like what?
So I play disc golf.
Okay, sure.
A lot.
And you break the bank in disc
kind
golf?
of. So when you show up to a tournament, you pay your tourney fee, and you're there to play the tournament, and you get points for winning, right? That's why you're there.
Right.
But when you show up, there's going to be 2 other little side pots that are like $2 each, $1 each. One of them's an ace pot to get a hole-in-one.
Okay.
And one of them is going to be like a closest to the hole-in-one, so closest to the pin, CTP.
Sure.
And so you buy in, and it's just mixed. It's the pros, it's the amateurs, it's everyone, because everyone's got like a 1 in 1,000 chance of making an ace. And if you hit the ace, you get all the money from not only that tourney, but every tourney that no one's hit an ace in that tournament series.
Oh, my goodness.
So it's hundreds of dollars typically.
So the idea is if nobody busts this one at this event, that stays, and next
that's the
next
general
event.
idea. In our event, we'll see what happens since we don't have a repetitive schedule built up yet.
Right.
But that's the idea that I had for this box was, just have people come, because it does provide an opportunity for off-meta robots to win a prize. Like if you win today, you get a cool trophy, but if you came here with a Crusher bot, you're walking out with the cash.
Maybe. I really like that because, like you said, if we're just focused on having this unbridled destruction, you're just going to get robots that are all the same.
Yeah.
And, if you try to do something unique or different, you're going to get punished for it. But this sounds like a great way to
It's a cool way. It's a cool way. Well, thank you so much for talking and for coming and bringing your robots. We are getting ready. I'm hearing from my producers that we're getting ready to go back into the matches. So thank you so much for your time. We'll switch on over to an arena view while we switch back to our commentators for today.